Hey everyone, this is Brian here from Easthood Racing. So today we're going to be working on the GTI. I have a nice package from USP that came in the mail a couple days ago, and it's something I've been waiting for, and I'm pretty excited to use it. And before we get into it, yes, this is a new shirt. Maybe I'll put it on the store, you guys can have it. I don't know, maybe. But let's get into what we're doing today. So we've got the GTI. You guys saw the last video. We've got the seat all in here. Look at this, I have lights now. You guys can see the Corbeau seat sitting in here. Still pretty dirty in there, but that's gonna go well. We've got a track day on the 10th. We're going to New York Safety Track. By the time this video comes out, I believe we should have already done that track day. So stay tuned for that video coming soon. But we've got some goodies in this box. Let me get some of the stuff out of the way here. So we've got some things going on in this box, as you can see here. Now, what's happening is I've been running the tier duct intake from USP Motorsports for the better part of a year or so, which was their first prototype version that came out. So that was the first time. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. Cool. So you guys have seen this before. This is that wonderful, wonderful intake. It's definitely been put to good use, and I have throttled it quite a few times. So what we're gonna be doing is John and the team have sent me a new canister. Well, it's actually a whole new intake setup. So first things first, this needs to come out and the new one needs to get in. So I'm gonna get this set up. All right, let's go through what we have in the box. Intake, that's filter number 1. This is filter number 2. Coupler. New dog bone mount. Clamps and hose and breather tube. Aww. Of course. And then we have scoop. And a little sticker. So hopefully you guys can see the difference here. This is we have the 3-inch one right here, and this one's the 3.25. This is the new version. The 3.25 is what you get if you order off the website now, which we'll have a link in the description below. So we widened the intake. We made it a little bit bigger, so we need a little bit more air in here. And we're gonna be putting the big one on the GTI, so my Turbo Parts Canada TPC20 hybrid turbo can breathe. Shout out to Nick. And then we're gonna be putting the smaller one, well, not really small, it's only by, literally a 1/4 of an inch on the all-track, which isn't here right now. We're gonna do that. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how you do this. It's very, very, very simple. So let me go grab the GoPro and we'll knock it out. So I wanted to pause this video real quick because it's something I wanted to talk about real quick. I am working on getting some stuff worked in here. We're getting some things swapped around. And I had a question for one of the guys at the USP, John, and it really cannot be overstated how awesome it is when you can actually talk to the people who designed the products you're working with. So when you have a technical question, you can actually go to this company and say, hey, this thing you made, I had a question on it. Can you help me understand something? And you can actually get a response. It's one of the things I've really come to just love and honestly need for what I'm doing in motorsports, because sometimes I have questions that just, your average person is not going to have. So it makes me feel good knowing that I can say, hey, yeah, you should check out this dope intake, knowing that there's going to be support for you, the end user who is checking it out, or maybe you're considering it on your list. I know for a fact, if I have a question about this intake, I can go ask them. If I have a question about this catch cam plate, I can ask, the whole system here. If I have any of the stuff here from Spielin or USP, I know I can get a dedicated answer pretty much, obviously within working hours. Sometimes, things go a little over, but It's awesome. It's seriously awesome. And I think for, like, if you're watching this and you're thinking about going into track days, you're looking into doing motorsports, something where you're going to be really pushing your car, start to care now about what you have in your vehicle. Something that may be super cool and super popular, or maybe just someone has some crazy deal on it, might be great for right now, but down the road when you might need a service issue or you have a question, you can't actually reach the people who designed this to answer your question. It makes a difference. It makes a really, really, really big difference. Shout out to John and Jordan and everyone else at USP and on the Spielin side as well, just because it's just helpful. When I'm working on something, I've got a couple of days to go before a track day and I'm really trying to get something figured out. It's just really nice to have that communication and knowing it'll be there for myself, it'll be there for Kiana, it'll be there for Luis Andre, it'll be there for anyone that's running their products. I know they have someone there that's going to be able to help us get through any potential issue or even just inquiry that you might have. So shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So back into here, this part's really cool, and I got to throw it out to the guys here at USP. This is a really cool idea for this intake. But one of the reasons I picked up this particular intake is because it's awesome. It's pretty cool. I really like the design they have for this. So there's always this debate or topic: should I get an open intake? Should I get a closed intake? Should I use stock airbox? Whatever. Pretty much all the studies come to conclude that really, unless you're going for like the last 10th because you've modified everything in your engine bay, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can just pick whatever intake it is that you like. So the main difference between an open intake and a closed intake is literally that. One is closed, it's a cold closed system, there's no air coming over the engine and getting into it. It's all fed in through some sort of piping system. And an open intake is, your typical, I can see the cone, it looks cool, and it sits in there. Really the biggest difference is going to be from sound. Open intakes make a lot of intake noise. It's pretty cool. They sound awesome. Closed intake is going to give you a little bit better performance, mostly because you're focusing the air directly into where it needs to go. And there's some benefits from having just smooth tubing and everything of that sort. So really when it comes down to picking an intake, pick your favorite one. I think this one's awesome. It looks just like the TCR car version, and considering I don't work for Volkswagen Motorsport, I will take that in a heartbeat. But it is pretty cool that you have this scoop, which if you can kind of see through here, now mine will come up through this grate. Now this is something separate that I got off of Too Slow from the Golf Mark 7 forum, but it's gonna take all your air, force feed it in through here, and then you're right in there. At no point does the air hit anything else out of the engine. When the hood's closed, it feeds up through here. It's a really, really smart closed system. It works super well, and it sounds very cool. It still sounds awesome in my opinion. It sounds quite great, especially when you pair it with the HKS blow-off valve. And I know I get a lot of questions about this particular blow-off valve as well. So actually, since I'm in here, loosen this real quick. Okay, so when you're looking at the blow-off valve, you can see this is let me clear that up. This is the piping system, how it works. So this is all going down to the intercooler, and then obviously that's your piping routing back under where the turbo muffler is. And it's pretty simple, got your line in here, boost tap's kind of sitting right under there, and it makes some fantastic noises. I'll probably make this a separate video just because people ask it all the time. So yeah, that's what we got down here. HKS blow-off valve, came from USP Motorsports, has a whole kit, comes with all your charge pipes if you want it to, which you should do, and it's great. Seriously great. Holds all the pressure I need, and again, sounds amazing. Yeah. So, intake is in, new ports are on, everything's nice and tight. All we're gonna do next is start it up, make sure everything is good there, and that'll be a wrap. Cool, looks like it's running well to me. Didn't really expect anything to go wrong with it, but I'm still happy nothing did go wrong. So, yeah. There we have it. USB tear duct intake installed. It looks great. I'm super happy for it. Shout out to everybody at USP. Shout out to John, Jordan, the whole crew, Chris, everybody there at Spiel, everyone as well. Always appreciate you guys' support. If you like this shirt, leave a comment below. I'll put it on the shirt. I don't mind. I always make cool stuff all the time. But if you guys think it might be cool and you want to support our channel and what we do as a team, yep, you know where to go. USPRacing.com. Peace.